Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tifosi Time. This is episode 86 of your weekly Serie A podcast. It's 9 p.m. New York time. We're coming to you live on Twitch, YouTube. Also, you can find us on every podcast known to man. If this is the first week you're here, make sure you subscribe, like, share the word. If you don't know what our show is about, this week, I think a fan aptly described it as the Moise Keane of Serie A podcast. So there you go.
Right.
So I'm Frank. Say hello, Dan, Pietro.
Hey.
Hi.
And our fourth host, Chris, is missing right now. So we have a question mark in his spot. So he's missing. So this may turn into a true crime podcast. We don't
hours and we go to the police if we don't find him.
So that's all right, guys. You know what? To the 3-star.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Same as every other.
So do we? We're in week 36. So clearly, that goes down to Inter and Milan, and probably the only two teams people care about at this point. But should we start off with Juventus and making fun of them, or do you want to start with the
good? He wants to start with Juventus, smoking like a true Juventus man. Let's talk about them.
It's all about me. You guys haven't noticed.
That's a sad though. To talk about Juventus, you just hit the flowers to the face. Hey, Jesus, so down on that guy, unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the thanks, to thanks to our legs.
I agree. I think Vlahovic is probably pretty depressed at this point, probably asking to get his Lexapro.
So Juventus did lose 2-1 to Genoa. Genoa, who desperately needed 3 points, and scored a late 96-minute goal. A goal in the 87th minute and in the 96th minute to win.
Did I not pick Genoa to win this game though?
I wouldn't pick this game because it was Genoa versus Juventus.
Hey, a question: Why Zacharias not there? He didn't play Sunday.
No, well they played. They played Friday. This game.
Game was Friday.
Arthur didn't start, did he?
Well, then that's an error.
That wasn't Zacharias.
You found our whiteout.
You found our first error.
Yeah. Every time we have an error on one of the slides, whiteout pays us $10,000. So that's our whiteout segment.
Listen, this game wasn't about Zachariah anyway. Who gives a shit? This game was
about. You put the formation in there.
Okay.
It just looked like I didn't see nothing. I didn't see the game.
This game was about Moise Keane, who can't. They said Neville said before the game he's a 25-goal scorer. Get the hell out of here. That guy can score if it was an open net, and then they had the other team was playing with 10 forwards, and he had no goal.
It was pretty amazing, right? Like he had more chances in this game than he's had all year, I want to say. So he actually got to good positions, but he missed like 5 or 6 open shots.
He did do good things. Like even Dybala's goal, like he got the he got the ball back in the 18 and passed it to Dybala for the goal. So it's not like he played awful, but like if you have a forward who can't finish, why are you there?
But we didn't lose because of Moise Keane. I mean, technically, yeah, he could have scored 4 goals. And
he could have had 4 goals.
Lost because our team sucks. It's the same story.
I mean, the saddest.
I don't know. I have a question about there. Why all the good ball can get to Buchanan and not to Vlahovic?
Because no one marks him.
Well, that's the issue.
Maybe they leave him by himself.
If you remember the old movie Necessary Roughness, the wide receiver who couldn't catch the ball, you remember him? They were like, "Don't." He was open every play. He's open every play. That's Moise Keane. They're like, "What's he gonna do? Leave him open." Half the time he trips over himself. So it doesn't. I
mean, I don't remember the last time Vlahovic shot the ball on net.
No, but listen,
Vlahovic. He did the one. The goal is safe.
Okay, great, wonderful. Like that's your striker. That's your guy, and he gets 1 shot a game.
Listen, my hope is
the way he got because he fought. He fight with 2 people in there, inside there, I know there was a good pass or things like that.
No.
He fight to get at the ball himself.
If Vlahovic had the passes Moise Keane chances, he would have had 4 goals this week. Even if he's not in form, because honestly, I don't know, because he hasn't gotten the ball in like 6 weeks.
So I can't that's what I'm saying. Like, where's the strategy that you're not getting him the ball? Like, I don't get it.
Like, there is no strategy. It's the same thing.
It's easy to be if you can get like that. I don't know why is there a Keane to put a Keane of place put a Vlahovic? Screech.
Use Keane as the decoy up top in the middle and put Vlahovic on the wing.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll try anything at this point. This team fucking sucks. This is bad. One stat that Chris actually sent over the weekend. I don't know if you guys saw this. Going back to the midfield. Chances created by midfielders in Serie A this season.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
Okay. We have 5 Juventus midfielders, 5 players owned by Juventus. Number 1, Rovella, 29 chances. Number 2, Raggio, 21 chances. Number 3, Locatelli, 18 chances. Number 4, Arthur, 6 chances. Number 5, Moretti, 5 chances. Moretti's played 2 games.
Yeah,
he's got just as much as Arthur.
No, entire game in 12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, listen, you're exactly right, though. I mean, that's just we killed Allegri for it last time. Like, I don't care. You can say, "Oh, I don't have a perfect team. I don't have this. I don't have injuries." This goes back to, does the coach make the team better? Or does it make it worse? What do you have at your disposal? You had Moretti sitting there all year. And I'm assuming you saw him at practice, right? Did he get to practice, or did you make him go to a different field you never saw him? And one of you guys brought up some rule about, like, if he plays more than 5 games,
that's what I heard.
He can't go back down to under 23. Moretti on this team with this midfield, I'm maybe not to start the year, but by Christmas he should have been one of the guys in the consistent rotation, if not starting all the time. That was before Zaccaria, don't forget.
A lot like Atalanta with Scalvini, in the beginning he didn't play, but now he plays all the time,
That's what I'm saying. If, let's say, Juventus has a problem with money, right? So why don't you put a lot of, instead to give those people a loan, those young people, why don't you make them so that the next year they're ready?
Because that would take actual having a plan, right?
Yeah. I mean, problem with money. He's your cheap alternative. He's the one you should.
That's what he's saying. He's saying, if you have a problem with money, why wouldn't you have?
Fagioli, he won the championship in Serie B with Cremonese. You know that.
Yeah. Listen, for him, it was probably better. I hate to say it.
Now,
if he was
but now it's a show if he returned to Juventus or stay at Cremonese.
He probably was going to stay with Cremonese. Let's face it. Because
we see Allegri, you don't like the young kids. He want to player.
So I think he's going to bring back. I think Allegri is going to bring back Rovella because he played in Serie A.
Yeah, but you're not going to make him play. That's for sure.
Yeah, that'll be hard if he plays or not. And I think maybe he keeps Moretti, but I can see Moretti being loaned out and Fagioli again, and we're going to be stuck with Arthur and Rabiot going.
Listen, one of those 3 have to be on the roster. I'm not saying all, but one of them.
Like, let's get real. Like, you don't think 2? Where are they going to replace these people with?
You know what I think? The old 2 people in midfield that should stay. It's Zaccaria and McKenna. That's it.
And Locatelli.
Yeah. And Bas.
Yeah.
And then you need another 3. I would have put Rovella and Miret. And someone, if I could get some good one.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So I would bring in Moretti, Fagioli, and Rovella and try to get one good one, right? And then you have 3 young guys to play the other 2 positions, right? And then you keep those 3 people, that you said, Locatelli, McKennie, and Zaccaria, and you revitalize the midfield.
I found him. Wait, hold on. He came here.
We solved it. Where is he?
We found him.
This is brought to you by season 2 of Murders Within the Building, streaming in Hulu.
He doesn't even know the name of the title. Right, I can't hear them. I just wanted to come in and say, Juventus fucking blow.
Are you joining? Is he coming?
I don't think he's joining.
He's boycotting. Well, we have Alf in his place anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, look, that's the deal with it, right? And I think Vlahovic. I honestly do think he might be regretting coming a little bit. It may be early, but like, he's not happy. Let's look at it this way. Vlahovic is a serious guy. He's never going to. He always wants to win.
Talk about the future, right? They renew Quadrado, fine, all right. But
they were forced to.
They have to decide where to put him, because if they think they can play a wing or midfield, Allegri's wrong again.
Yeah, I think at this point, from what we saw from Quadrado this year, even though we were a big fan of his, he's got to be a backup. Yeah, I don't think he's going to
backup
rotation
fullback.
Yeah.
Fullback.
But not even necessarily a guy that I want starting 40 games at this stage. I don't know. I think he's a rotation guy.
Let's go Inter, pound. Let's go Inter. We're going to kick their ass.
That's right. We have the Italian Cup coming up. The final.
I
Wednesday, yeah.
I don't know. I just think there's issues with the team, but he had solutions. And I'm not going to back Allegri when he didn't even take the options he had.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like you had more to do, more choices. He just waited till the last 3 games of the season.
Listen, I saw some BS thing that again you don't know it's true or not, but it was like Sole has been told he's going to be part of the team next year. Yeah, who said? Who said that? Because
I
this
didn't
year,
see that.
you had the perfect chance to play him this year with all the injuries, and a guy didn't see 10 minutes of the field, but he's playing for Argentina.
I don't think that's the solution. Their solution, I think they're going to do one major buy this summer, like they've been doing, and maybe they don't even because they did Vlahovic in the winter.
The rumor,
Matic on who? On Manchester United?
Yeah, he's a free agent. Maybe
yeah, no, thank you.
No, thank you, because it's going to be another Rabiot.
Yeah.
Just a Rabiot is...
Well, the rumors are going to be
we do want to talk about the Bremer first deal that they offered?
Yeah, again, another rumor. They offered, Gatti on loan for a season plus 20 million plus 10 million.
10 million loan with an obligation to buy for 25 million after that, right? Plus Gatti for a year.
I mean, again, that's just rumors. There's going to be tons of rumors. Matic is old and he can't play a full season.
Yeah,
that's
we all agree with that. That's not where they have to go.
I mean, Pogba's been rumored. I don't want him. I think your best bet, I mean, is probably going to be Milinkovic-Savic is going to be the one that you're going to hear. I don't want him either. I don't really want him either, but he's had a fantastic season this year.
He's had a fantastic season, but let me ask you, just forget big names now, right? Because players have to start from somewhere. Do you think one Milinkovic-Savic, let's say, is going to get you more? Or if you legit gave a real chance to 2 or 3 of these young guys?
You see, Fred.
I think you get more out of 2 or 3 young guys.
I agree with the young guys, 2, 3. But you cannot put in a team 2, 3 to start.
I'm not saying them to start.
You can put them one at a time.
But you have Locatelli, you have Zakaria.
Right. You put Pulisic, it's okay.
Yeah, we did hear Pulisic also maybe.
I think that would be fun, but I don't see them ever getting.
I mean, that solves the offensive. If you're not keeping Morata and Kane's not your solution, you need somebody with Vlahovic.
I read the Griezmann.
Who?
I would go along.
Who? Griezmann from.
Griezmann makes so much money. There's no way in hell Juventus would ever pay that.
$30 million.
Yeah, he would never go there because they can never afford him.
Plus, he's old too, right? Is he 29, 28?
I think Pulisic is an interesting one. If you need that offensive, help Vlahovic with Chiesa, that would be a great combination.
Don't forget though, Pulisic has had his own injury problems too. If we're worried, we say, okay, Dybala, we're tired of him being injured. Pulisic misses a lot of games too.
If we talk,
I like him as a player, but
if we talk attack forward or things like that, I don't think that's our main problem is there. We have to fix midfield.
Yeah, I agree.
To make sure, if we're in midfield, we don't do nothing.
I think there's still a problem up top. I don't think you're settled up top. I think you definitely need a backup center forward because if Vlahovic, God forbid, gets hurt, you have 0 solutions there. I think you need a winger because Chiesa is on one wing, but you don't have a solution for the other one. So I think there's still people you need to move.
Yeah, if I was them, I would try to go get like a younger guy who's up and coming, like a Traore or somebody like that. Because I don't think that, I mean, if you're going to spend the money to bring in a name and the rest of your team still sucks. Look, we brought Vlahovic, who we'd say is probably one of the top 3 or 4 young forwards in the world, right? We were saying it's like Haaland, Mbappe, and then we were putting him in that next up and coming. Yeah. And look what playing with this team for half a year has done to his morale.
It sucks. It sucks to see it because you know how much he wants it.
Exactly.
Yeah, Chris is in the chat. He says the entire team sucks. Yeah. But the midfield, you're right, is a huge problem. Like he said, you can't have 3 young people on the team. You can sprinkle them in, but they do need to buy someone.
And not just the midfield. Are we just shifting over the fact that defenses needs help too?
No, I think their fullbacks are fucking atrocious.
Yeah, except for DeLitt. I mean, we don't want to count on Bonucci anymore, right? The fullbacks are
no,
bad.
but Bonucci you count anyway another year.
We count him, but he's not great.
Yeah,
but he's serviceable.
He's serviceable.
You're not going to lose.
But
we have to see how good this Gatti, or if you can get a Bremer. That's where. But if Gatti is good enough,
yeah, if Gatti's good enough, if what's his name plays him though, right? But couldn't you see just Bonucci and DeLitt playing?
Yeah, I don't know that Gatti's gonna. I don't think he's gonna get a chance.
But I think we're more in the fullbacks is where we're missing, right? Because you have Sandro, you have Deschilio, Quadrado. They're okay, but they were out of form a lot of the game. So they're not supporting the midfield either because they're not very good.
We go by exclusion, right? First of all, Ken, Alessandro, Ramos, Arthur, Rabiot, they have to go. No way about. One thing they can do, Juventus, dirigenza to help it, to help themselves, it's to renew the Bala. To say, we made a mistake.
He's still on this.
No, it's the old player that don't know how to play.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, good. You can watch him next year on Bond's team.
It's a guys that they can play.
When he has 15 assists and 15 goals on Inter next year, you could say you were right.
No, I'm not right. Wherever you go, he's going to do good.
Yeah. Listen, I think if he stays on Juventus, it's been so beat up that it's not going to just change because he gets a new contract. He's not going to feel great again.
What I don't understand, Borussia Dortmund offered him 4.5, Inter 6, Roma 6. I mean, if this guy wants a post 6, he should stay with it.
Well, that's the other question.
Or really, they think it's not belonging to the project.
Well, that's the other question then. So if that's really what he's getting right now, it's all rumors. Then was Juventus right to say we can't give you 10? If his market's 4.5 and 6,
they give it the same money they give the best team give 6, 7,
which is what they offered. Which is what they offered, right? So
no, they didn't offer nothing.
Well, I think once it got to where it got, they didn't offer anything, but
they didn't offer what they originally said they were going to offer.
Yeah, they said they were going to offer, and then they were like they backpedaled on it.
You know what Agnelli say? If we give it what we think, we propose what we think he worth, we offend him. That's what he say. Agnelli, that's bullshit.
Well, he's basically saying, I don't think you want to keep
him. Say, listen, for this our rule, we put the 7 million flowers. We're not gonna go.
You just said it though. If they want to keep him, they don't want to keep him. So that's why you have to get off of it because they don't want him. So they
don't want it, so they are on the wrong track.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Well, it all depends on what we see them do afterward, right? I mean, if their track is let's replace him with Kane, then they're on the wrong track.
Yeah, Ronaldo, they replaced with Kane. You kidding?
Yeah.
Solid. So anyway, they're stuck in fourth. Again, the game didn't really mean much other than placement for the Champions League.
Do we get to see Sole, but for one game before the year ends? What do you think?
That'll be interesting. I think maybe he'll get some time in. I mean, he's dressing, so maybe.
Listen,
he gets 45 minutes.
I think he could have fit in. I think he would have helped them. I really do. I think Sole would have helped this year.
Sure, he would have.
I do.
Like Meret. Everybody, the media is talking good about him. So imagine if he had to play, he played 10, 15 years. They would have ready for next year.
Yeah. All right, let's move off of this game. Terrible performance. Am I surprised they lost? No. Am I mad they lost? No, I don't care. Let's go to the real games that actually matter.
Deschilio, what penalty does it? How much?
Deschilio and Regani played terrible.
How much he got to give that penalty?
Both of them. Deschilio, even on the give and go, got burnt on the wing. They were just bad plays defensively. Let's go to the Inter game because that was the other Friday game, the one that actually mattered. And if you're a Juventus fan or a Milan fan or anyone else who hates Inter, you were so excited that Empoli scored 2 goals in the first 28 minutes. and then Inter come back and score 4 goals and beat Empoli.
That's a bad loss for Empoli. I'm sorry. When you're up 2-0,
it was early in the game. There was still tons of time.
30 minutes in, up 2-0.
One goal. There are no 1 goal. 3-0 would have been.
Yes, yeah, but Empoli, Inter get the own goal in the beginning, and then Lautaro. I mean, I rag on him all the time. He did score 2 goals. To give him a little bit of credit when he does score. Even though
but they show they are in a position and they are a good team. But the people say they imagine Juventus Wednesday to score 2 goals. Inter they never come back. It's
right. You are giving Juventus too much credit for what they used to
but
do.
Imagine. Listen, we played 2 games. Even in the Super Cup, we played better than them.
Yeah, but we lost.
He's right about that. They have played well versus Inter.
We did. We played well versus Inter. Yeah,
so if we play good, let's say we do 1-2 goal, Inter don't come back.
Okay, first thing is we have to score the 2 goals.
Yeah. Well, that's an issue. I think the bigger thing with the Italian Cup game, Juventus is going to be way more up for this game than Inter. Inter's got other things on their mind because they want to win the title. I don't think the Italian Cup is their focus right now. So even with you can go by who they're going to start in the game.
Juventus Inter is the game. Nobody wants to lose.
I understand that, but Inter has a huge game coming up this weekend where they're going to want to start the people I think more in that game than
I think game. What I think of this game might cost the Inter the Scudetto because any result they're going to lose something because they have to give it their best, and the next Sunday they have a Cagliari.
Yeah, who's fighting for a spot?
Cagliari is important. Who's that guy?
Brad Pitt's joining us.
Brad Pitt's now guest starring. Come on, Brad, tell us what you think.
But that's what I'm saying is I don't know that Inter for the Italian Cup is going to start their regular squad because they have such a huge game.
I would normally agree with you, Dan, but because it is Inter Juventus and there's such hate there, and I don't think they won't even want to give up a trophy to Juventus. I think they gotta put a squad that's like, I don't know, if they show up with like 11 bench players, I think Inter fans are gonna.
Oh, listen, I'm not saying they're gonna play Radu and fucking D'Ambrosio and all the scrubs, but I think they're gonna.
No, they play the formation. The titolari, even the Bastones, they got good.
I guess. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I think you'll see Darmian instead of Dumfries. I think you'll see DeMarco in at one point.
That's they can do if they win. They think the result is in their favor.
I mean, we might see Gosens the whole game.
I think you see Gosens instead of Perisic. You know?
No, I don't think so. And that's a bad word. It's a mistake. Even though Gosens is good, Perisic is one of the best right now.
Listen,
so they want to lose.
I want them to play their best players, and I want to win with them playing their best players. But I really don't have faith in Juventus beating anyone because they're not that good.
You see,
they're not that good.
I thought, but Juventus is Juventus.
I understand, and they play Inter good, and I get all that.
The Inter, if Rabiot make a good game like he did the other day, they kill Barella.
I understand, but there's also for every one of those games that they play good versus Inter.
It's a good game, and nobody wants to lose.
Yeah, but for every one of those games they play good versus Inter and lose by accident, let's say, there's a game like they play versus Villarreal and lost 3-0.
It's better to lose play well or lose like a Genoa. 10 minutes.
Well, that's what I mean. Genoa was another game.
Excuse. But they were like when Sanchez scored at the end. That was Sandro's fault.
Yeah, Sandro chested the ball down to him.
He trapped it in his own 6-yard.
No, 100%. And Juventus is not going to give Inter a trophy. Like they're going to play hard, and this game could go any way. That's the thing. Juventus could win 3-0. They could lose 3-0. It's just one of those games.
Like, well, I don't think they could win 3-0. They won't score 3 goals, but to me, Juventus
they're going to get whooped by Inter.
Juventus is going to be way more up for this game because if you
I don't believe it. So I don't believe it's surprised if we saw the face with the flowers. I don't be surprised if we scored with that team. I would not be surprised.
First, he's got to get the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get the ball.
So here's something about, not that, I mean, this is supposed to be our Inter segment, but we'll go back to Juventus real quick. Last year, Pirlo got in 4th place and won the Italian Cup. This year, they're 4th place. If they lose the Italian Cup, Allegri does worse than Pirlo.
Wait, repeat what you just said.
Last year, Pirlo got 4th place and won the Italian Cup. Mm-hmm. This year, they're in 4th place. If they lose the Italian Cup, they've technically had a worse season than.
Yeah, I mean, you're splitting hairs.
No, Pirlo last year, he won the 2 Cup.
Well, yeah, he won the Super
Cup. Yeah. I
mean, Cup.
He had Ronaldo instead of Kane, so that's fair.
I'm just saying.
We have Vlahovic, so played bad with Pirlo too. So
my question is
history.
My question is, do we have someone better than Kane?
Sole, that's what I'm saying.
No, forward.
Yeah, but Sole plays the wing, so it doesn't matter. He plays him on the left.
It's
what?
Midfield.
Who, Sole?
Midfield.
No, Sole's like
Dybala.
Sole could
easily play there.
He could play like a Morata and Dybala role. Absolutely. Like, yes, he can. In fact, he's a little small for the midfield. I think where he's going to be good is attacking space is where he's going to be good and get on goal.
Hey, you know what? I tell you something. I want him to play Miret.
Yeah, show me some guts. No, he's going to go back to Arthur probably. You know.
No, actually, Miret, Zaccaria, Locatello start. I mean, Miret, Zaccaria, Rabiot, and Miret.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope it's a good game. Honestly, I really do.
Me too. And that's 3 p.m. Eastern, right?
That sucks.
On
We'll
Wednesday.
Be working. We're going to have to petition the league to start these games later.
Well, it's 9
We have that type of clout now, don't we?
Over there.
We have that type of clout now, don't we, with this platform?
It'll be a fun one to watch, regardless of who's playing or not. And I do think both teams are going to be up for it.
So let me ask you: if you're Inter, let's say Inter loses this game, right, the cup, and then loses to Milan, they had a pretty bad year with Inzaghi.
They lose Juventus and they lose to Cagliari, so it's going to be. He's going to have nothing.
That's what I mean. They could end up with zilch, right?
No, it's Super Cup.
They won the Super Cup. Yeah.
Keep counting that Super Cup, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
one game. I mean, I don't really.
Maybe.
Yeah, this season.
Or they could win all 3. The producer said.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But no, I would consider this season. I mean, with knowing what they lost, Lukaku and Hakimi, you consider that a failure of a season? They don't win the title.
Well, no. When we first said, "Hey, they lost these 2 guys," and they actually, but they started off But see, here's the thing: they started off the first half of the year really good, losing those guys.
No, because if you remember, before the season started, I think I was the only one who put them in my top 4.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I think the rest of you all.
But what I'm saying is, we all said big losses, like they're going to take a step back. But the first half of the year, they didn't have no setback. They were playing really good.
Yeah, you thought they were going to walk away with it.
So now, do they get a pass for the second half of the year where they prove they could play well the first half? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, and their coach.
You never know. It's a period. I think the best team this year was Napoli.
I mean, from style of play, yeah, but like when you say results when they needed it, no.
Yeah,
they did not. So Inter, the last 2.
Honestly, the best team is probably Milan and Inter, the 2 teams that were like managed to get results.
I don't know. I think Inter have a better team than Milan, like their starting lineup.
Well, they have much older lineup too. Milan's much younger, I feel like. These guys are much more established.
I don't know, but like I said, is it a failure if they don't win anything? I wouldn't say it's a failure. They did get further in the Champions League than they have in previous years. They actually
it's an absolute failure if they don't win anything because they were in first by how many points?
Yeah, but
that's a failure. Like when you're in first by 7 points or whatever they were.
But they did lose their coach, their striker, and their fullback,
which would have been an excuse if they never played good at the beginning of the year and got ahead of everybody. Now you get
and Eriksson they lost too. Let's not forget that.
And Eriksson.
But
they also got a great year from Perisic.
They did.
Brozovic played good this year.
Brozovic plays good every year. Nobody expected Perisic to be that good. I think you saw
Dumfries has played well.
Yeah, he stepped in nicely.
Correa, I expect a little bit more from him, but he hasn't been
He's been hurt, but even Çalhanoğlu, like I didn't expect Çalhanoğlu to have 12 assists this season.
No, Çalhanoğlu played good.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to have this impact that he did. He played really, really well this season. So I don't think it's a failure for Inter. I think
this was a big result. In all fairness, to be down 2-0, you could have lost the championship right there. To come back and win 4-2 and keep yourself alive.
Yeah, I mean, I question that they come out so slow in a game where you have to win and you give up 2 goals to Empoli, who suck. Like, they're not good.
Well, Empoli's had their moments. They've had their moments. Every 1 out of 7 games, they play something good.
They've had 1 win the entire since
I tell you the difference.
Yeah.
Empoli, he doesn't have to ask anything. It's okay.
That's the thing. They don't care.
Now, you have to see the game on Cagliari. Cagliari, they play... For Cagliari, it's different. Cagliari.
They're going to give a harder time than Empoli.
Cagliari, they know if they lose the game, it's they out.
Best part of the Empoli game, too, was Pinamonti scored against Inter at the beginning of the game. That's their player, and he could have ruined their season. And it's too bad they couldn't hold him off, but that was funny to me when he scored 5 minutes into the game because he's theirs. But they win.
I have a question. How did Inter have 3 shots on goal but 4 goals?
It's a typo, Frank. You found the second one.
White out.
No, one was an own goal.
All right,
she's
so correct.
She's seen.
One was an own goal, right? So it was correct. I know. Let's go to the Milan game because there was a lot of pressure on Milan for this game, knowing that Inter won.
And listen, they were down 1-0 too.
They were down. They did.
Verona Verona is one of those teams that can upset you.
Yeah, but go back to Empoli. The first goal they scored was Romagnoli's fault, right?
Romagnoli didn't even play. What are you talking about? Oh, Inter's first goal. Yeah, that was an own goal. Yeah.
Own goal.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to say it here, but Verona, Leao broke this game for Milan. Both goals were really Leao did it.
They had no answer for Leao on that wing. He was doing whatever he wanted.
Yeah, Leao, but you have to see a midfielder like Tonali.
Tonali played fantastic.
Grown a lot. Yeah, considering first year.
From he's so fast from one place to another. Look like he play like me. I used to play.
Hey, he's up top playing striker a lot of times.
Yeah.
He's just moving all over the place.
Yeah.
He's playing more advanced than he did in the beginning of the season.
That's what we said, though. The first year when he was playing so bad, I said it's all mental because he literally couldn't make a 10-yard pass without giving it away. And he wasn't running like he is now.
So it was his birthday. And he even had a goal taken away, too. He could have had a hat trick.
Yeah, that was offside, though.
It was offsides, but he did, had one taken away. But Leao, Casale could not handle him at all.
Leao is strong.
He was just doing whatever he wanted over there.
What do you think, though? I could see Leao be one of those guys that someone comes and steals him from Milan with a big check.
Yeah, and you know how much he make Leao? 3.5.
Yeah, so can't you see a big team
that doesn't tell you anybody can get it.
Well, I think they're going to try to re-up him.
They're trying to re-up him, but don't you think a team comes and tries to go 50, 60 million and give him 6 million and they'll take the money?
Yeah, and if that happens, Milan make a huge amount of money on him. It sucks that they would lose him, but
the problem is, the money is fine, but with these teams that are trying to take the next step, it's very hard to do when you sell your good players. You know what I mean? Now you have to replace him plus improve
these
elsewhere.
people that they supposedly take over, they have money. Yeah?
That's the thing. For me, they're going to have new owners who have more money. I see Inter getting ripped apart more than Milan this offseason. Milan has no money. They need to get rid of people.
Because Serie A really needs to get owners with more money, so they could challenge some of these other leagues a little bit.
Yeah. So I think Leao stays at least another year, and then we go from there. I think we want to see how he's in the Champions League.
I'm not sure about that. And
listen, I think Milan's got to fix their forwards, right? Because, you can have Abramovich play another 10 games and next year, and Giroud's okay. But, really, without Leao making a difference there.
Well, that's my thing. I think they have holes, and that's why, Frank, you said the best 2 teams are up top. I don't think Milan is the best team. I think they have a lot of holes. I think they're coached really well, but they're Brahim Diaz isn't an answer. Their strikers, they don't have an answer. Their right wing is atrocious. Like they have a lot of holes.
Yeah,
But
but
they also
I
have a
think
lot
Pioli-
of good things, right? Like
But
the
Pioli
other
did
guy,
really
they
well.
have
then
Tomori.
go back to what we were saying about Juventus, right? They're all young people.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was saying Milan's young.
Calulo, you expect Calulo would turn like that?
No, I think that's one of the things
And
they got right.
we have a defender there, the Winter. They talk about since 4 years. That's good, it's good. But lately, you don't pay attention to this young
No,
people.
it's so true. Every look at Bastoni last year with Conte.
Uh,
How old was Bastoni last year? Wasn't he 18 last year?
No, he's not that young. He's like 20, 21, 22.
But Conte put him in and he became a starter, right? Like that's the thing. And these are big teams. This isn't like a team that's like battling for relegation.
Inter might be more experienced by age, but sometimes the youth, you know, those more than the experience because they have more strength, they run more.
Yeah, I think Milan has a lot of good players.
They never won anything.
Milan they have the best mix of players, old and young. But the best team, they do not have the best team.
Well, what are we saying the best team? Are we saying by style of play? What are
we saying? I think they're best coached.
Hey, Daniel,
I'll give them that.
You talk about best team, best. You know, Juventus was a favor last year. Together with Inter.
Yeah,
the best roster. Did you see what got there with the roster?
And they had a shitty coach. I'm saying.
I think what they ended with the roster. 1-2 injury. Plus, you see those people like Rabiot, Tartur came out.
Well, I mean, I think Milan's had injuries with Zlatan all season. Mm-hmm. They've had. I think their adjustments at halftime. I think Pioli's been the best of that out of any coach the entire season. They make differences and they play differently when they're down 1-0 or whatever, and they need to score a goal. I think he's done a great job with what he has. I don't think they have the best team.
Well, see, it all depends on how you define best team. To me, in the end of the day, this is sport, right? You need to win the most games to be the best team. You need to win it on the field. Because don't tell me there's one team that's beautiful. There's no Holland from the 90s playing total football here.
No, that's why I think what you said, Napoli plays the best.
Yeah, but I tell you something.
They do, but then they lose.
No, but I don't like them either.
Pioli and Milan with young people, but they talk good about Ibrahimovic. He says,
even though he's hurt,
even
he
don't
helping.
play. Yeah. He say he does a lot, and then
yeah,
I believe that. I think he.
It's not like Ronaldo. They want to go
right.
This account.
And listen, I think Tonali this year had the season that usually we've been getting out of Barella from young Italian midfielders. I think this year Tonali had a better year than Barella.
Yeah. We said it last week. Who's your player of the season? If you had to pick an MVP, we were debating Perisic, Tonali, maybe. I mean, Tonali, if anything, the game this week.
And this goes back to again when we wanted Juventus to get Tonali, right? And we looked like they were geniuses the first year because he played so bad, and we were like, go get Tonali. No, he wanted to go to Milan. He went to Milan, but and we were happy they got Locatelli afterwards.
Because he's a fan of Milan.
Yeah, he's a fan of Milan, but so Tonali, I don't know. I don't think they have. Hernandez, I think, is better than what he did this year. I've always been a fan of Calabria.
Yeah, I like Calabria.
Tomori's good. Kyer was great with Tomori before he got injured. Is a good goalie.
Did you see Florence? He came in and scored too.
Yeah.
Flanza, yeah.
He actually got forward. And then, you have Leao, which is their version of Chiesa, essentially. So, yes. I don't know. Yeah. I can't really say. I mean, yes, we enjoy how Napoli play. But Napoli, this was the year for them to win the championship. And where they end up, barely holding on to third place.
Yeah. I'm not saying I like the way Milan played too. Don't get me wrong.
The mistake in Napoli. Yeah. Napoli, you can see Napoli. they think they win before they play.
Yeah, they're a little bit style over substance sometimes. They want to dance into the box, and same way Italy played in the World Cup playoff thing.
Yeah, I mean, most consistent team, I'll give it to you, has been Milan all season.
Yeah, I think
they haven't dipped low like they usually do, and they've been in 1 or 2 the whole season.
So I think maybe you just said it right then. Some years is a clear team that just like best roster, best play, they dominate everyone. This year, I think when we look for best team, it's really like who was the most consistent.
Yeah, and it was definitely them.
You know,
Yeah, I don't think any question.
And let's hope they don't screw it up over the last
Hey,
2 weeks.
you know what? Milan, I say before, I say he doesn't have the best forward. He doesn't have the best defense. It's so usually it's the best defense win.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
talking
goal
about
wise.
statistically, yeah.
They don't have neither the attack and then defense.
Yeah, that is a bit weird for them to be. Where were they? Like, are
they're
they top
not
5?
far off on either of them, but
Yeah.
they're not at the top of either.
Well,
So,
see, and like look at Juventus. They had good defense, and they were like
Yeah, when
12th in offense, right?
when,
So it's
when
better to be.
Juventus won 9 in a row, they were by far the best defense.
Anyway, a question: who you think you play, Bonucci or Chiellini? Wednesday.
Chiellini. I don't think that's a. I think
I don't
Chiellini's
know.
going to play.
Maybe Chiellini because it's the last game. I
Yeah,
guess.
I think Chiellini plays. No doubt in my mind. I think he plays.
And hopefully he plays him just because he's better.
Yeah. But I think it's his. He's starting, at least starting the game. But we'll see. If we're going
I
off
will
the
say
list,
that, and I know we've said this before about some of the Verona players. I think Montipo is underrated.
I like Montipo. That's a goalie.
I think he's
It's
good.
it's a good goal.
Yeah,
He's a good goalie.
He
And
made
it's not
quality
just
saves.
this game, but like he's been consistently. He makes saves at times to keep his team in it.
Even last year, he played well.
He's a decent goalie, Montipo. I don't think he's bad
No,
at all.
listen, this team is overachieved as well. You know, they got Tudor. You know, he didn't start the season as the coach. Their two fullbacks, Farioli and Lazovic, play so well on the wing. It actually gives service to the strikers. Simeone does not stop running the entire game. Like he's a forward.
Well,
that
don't
you just
forget,
love
they
to root
lost.
for.
They lost 2 critical players last year too. Who's the one that I really liked that Lazio bought that I'm escaping me right now?
Who was that? Zaccagni. Yeah.
Zaccagni they lost, and who else did they? So for a team like this,
Lovato, he's not on the team anymore.
They went to where Adelante, right?
Yeah, so they filled in. They filled in. Like Tomasi's been good. Barak and Cabrera, you can't complain about either of their seasons.
And I have to say, Farioli and Lazovic aren't that bad.
They're very good.
He's played good too. Tamezes could play too.
Yeah, Tomasi. I could see Tomasi getting bought by someone either in Italy or another league. I could see
Farioli being bought. I could see Lazovic being bought.
Caprari's not theirs. I think he's on loan. He's not even theirs. Simeone might get a couple biters. You know, he's played really well, and not just the goals. Like he fights.
Listen, we say Juventus doesn't have a forward as a backup. I'd rather have Simeone than Keane as my backup.
Yeah, but you see, all this player, they did a good year, but they're not firm. But you know, they're not sure they go to a big team and they do something.
No, of course. That's why there's a difference of
maybe they play good.
But that's why there's a difference of buying someone at a good price. Like Lazio brought Zaccagni for $8 million. They didn't gamble and give him 35.
Yeah, no, that's the,
you know what I mean?
The gamble you have to take on anyone that you buy if they're.
How much did they spend for Zaccagni?
It wasn't a lot of money. Yeah.
Oh, so they're smart.
Yeah.
I mean,
right?
That's what
I said at the beginning of the year. Like, get Zaccagni, don't get Kane.
How much you would spend for Kane?
25, 35, 25.
I mean, Simeone, nobody wanted him. He had such bad seasons at Coyote, you know, here, there. He's been on 4 different teams.
No, if I see the way they play, you know what I like? I would see good in Juventus. Can you do Salernitana? Duric. He's so old. I want to see him good in there.
Sometimes Juventus used to have players like that. They used to have forwards that they used to get. Like, who were some of the guys that I'm trying to think of that were like, they came from smaller teams, they were older, but they always did their part. When they played their 10, 15 games, they scored their 10 goals, right? They weren't stars.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes you just want a guy who goes there, does his part.
No, and he's more of a he fits the spot.
Well, once Juventus we used to have a wing that used reserva, no? Non mi ricordo come si chiamava. But every time he used to go in, he used to do goal all the time.
Oh, we had a couple of those wings that we bought from smaller teams. What was it? I can't remember now because I have the worst memory ever. But like guys that they got like cheap from these small teams, and they played a nice part for Juventus for a few years. They actually grew and ended up on the national team.
Perché cosa the guy, come si chiama? It's help Allegri, guarda. Come si chiama? He played Cagliari. What's his name?
He's on Coyote now?
No, he won about the 5 or 6 championship. It was a reserve. No, he's a Juventus.
Yeah, what position was he?
Who,
No,
Caceres?
he's a midfield
Yeah,
player.
Giacardini? No,
No,
because he was on Coyote too. No,
he
he's on Bologna.
came for Cagliari. He got the job with the Juventus.
I don't know. Who
I don't know. But the point is, like, we used to do moves like that too, right? We used to get the $2-3 million guy that was making $750,000. We give him 1.75, and he'd be part of the roster, and he'd play good for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, the mistake Juventus did all the time, he got one of his players that played Verona. He used to give a nice salary, and then they could not sell no more.
Well, they would give too much of a salary.
Too
But when
much.
we had like Yaquinta and those players, like they did their part, and they didn't overpay them. They would come in. Yaquinta would come in. He'd score his 10.
You're talking about like Zalieta and all them?
Zalieta, other players. You know what I mean? They didn't make a ton of money.
And you don't need a super. I think the point you guys are trying to make is you don't need a superstar at every position. Is you need people who fit roles, like someone like Juric who would fit a role and be fantastic as a backup striker.
And we even said it about Henry, right? On Venezia.
Henry on Venezia.
How much? I mean, if you put a guy like that behind
because what I'm saying, Juric, right? Especially when you have to attack, it's good with the head.
Yeah. No, listen. You're down a goal and you're attacking and you need crosses in and corner kicks. You put Juric and you put Henry in, and they're gonna serve their purpose.
But no, we have guys that aren't. They're not fish. They're not birds. We have Keane. Like, what is he? He can't score in front of the goal. He's not a wing.
Yeah,
he can't dribble. Like, what are they?
If I take with the ball, he dribble himself.
I mean, and we spent money for these people. These aren't people we got free, cheap.
No, yeah. Anyway, Verona's okay. I mean, they're a good team. I like watching them. Milan did their part. The real
question will be with Tudor next year, right? Well, does he build on this again? Like,
that's the thing. They're not going to buy people for him. They never do. They buy people for very cheap.
I want to give a chance to Tudor.
Who?
To Tudor coach. I want to give a chance.
Yeah, no, I think he's got something.
But there is one thing. Tudor, I don't know if Juventus wants to do the team for him. And that's
Tudor is going to get a chance
somewhere eventually. But my question is, next year we're assuming he's going to still be on Verona, right?
Yes, I think so. But unless some team makes him a huge offer and he wants to go, but I think a lot of those players that you see right there are not going to be on the team.
Well, they were able to do it this year, selling the guys that we said, right? So you have to see, like, do they loan?
No, but look who they bring in. They bring in castaways. Caprari is a castaway from other teams.
Listen, if
Barak is a castaway,
if I was one of these teams, the first team I would go basically like take advantage of every year is Juventus. Yeah, I would look at their players and say, please loan me Fagioli, loan me Moretti. I mean, I don't even care.
If you look at Cremonese, the reason they got up into the league and promoted, they loaned out. They got so many good loaned players on their team, and they just played so well.
People don't like doing that because they're raising the value for their team. But a team like this,
I think they have Fagioli, another player, Zamanian.
They got a lot. They got whatchamacallit, the goalkeeper from Atalanta. They got 4 like really good loans. Cremonese, and they've carried them like all season.
Yeah,
done really, really well.
But that's what I would do. Teams that don't give their young guys a chance. De Winter, I'd be like, hey, let me get this guy. I make a nice little team with the guys that are decent, and I know I have to replace them every year.
Yeah,
but
it's just it's hard to do that because like you don't have a stable future that way.
That's
it's like you want to have some sort of plan and not just be like, who am I getting this year? Who am I getting next year? It kind of sucks that way.
But if they don't have any money,
Yeah. Anyway,
I wouldn't be surprised if Montipo gets sold.
I mean, I don't think he's not like.
Do
you think he's going to? Who's he going to, Frank? Like, what team?
Does Inter have a backup plan yet for Andanovic yet?
Yeah, they already signed Onana.
Oh yeah.
So they got Rome signed a goalie already.
I mean, and most teams have goalies, but I mean, I think
they signed a goalie on free already. He's not going to like a top 6.
No, I wasn't going to say a top team, but I was going to say like if you're a team, like the next jump kind of.
No, I think he's at where he's at, and I think he's pretty much maxed where he is. Dom, throw up the scores for the rest of the games. We'll quickly run them down. If you guys have comments about these, shout them out. Napoli beat Torino 1-0. Ruiz scored. After the game, Juric said, I think he made comments about his owner and his team, like, hey, if you guys are going to make a commitment, like we need to we need to do more. I don't know. I think he's maybe questioning his
for Torino?
For Torino, yeah. Like, hey,
well,
you gotta give me more. Like not sell Bremer, give me Bremer plus. Kind of things.
Yeah, but he knows what he signed up for. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think so too. But I could see him being 1 year there and done and going somewhere else, getting a better job. Lazio beat Samp 2-0. We had Udinese Sassuolo 1-1 draw.
Hey, listen to me. This coach, like Juric, they improve when they see some team that have a project. It means the project they have money. Let's say Let's say from Torino, Fiorentina would call. They think maybe not even Torino, Fiorentina, they're the same.
I think Fiorentina has more money than Torino. Their owner, Camiso, is more committed to spending money than Torino. But yeah, but he's a good coach, and people might be knocking on the door for him. And he might be like, you know what, you're going to give me more money?
No,
you're going
to
buy me some players?
I think he's still got to do. Personally, I think he's still got to do another year to see if he can improve the project from what he did this year.
Yeah.
And then, but I agree. I think he's on the radar of teams like Italiano, like the guy from Sassuolo. Like these are the people that people are going to be looking at.
Mm-hmm. Atalanta beat Spezia 3-1. This game, Venezia versus Bologna, was a fantastic game. 4-3 win for Venezia, which actually that win made them not be eliminated yet. Relegated yet. They needed that win.
Step up Spezia. Spezia, no, it's a risk. You're still.
Yeah, now they're at risk. Yeah, them and Samp are both at risk.
Motta, whatever, a good coach. It is a risk.
This game was back and forth, though. Venezia had 2-goal lead. Then Bologna was winning 3-2. Then Venezia came back and won 4-3. There was 3 really, really good goals in that game.
I think they gave Venezia a penalty that wasn't there.
Yeah, Aramu got tripped, but it was kind of a weak.
It wasn't there. It was
a very weak one that they called.
No, that was not there at all.
That was the tying goal. And then Johnson scored his first goal of the season. It was pretty nice. The announcer went crazy on it. It was fun to watch. Watch the highlights of that game if you didn't see it. You had Salernitana tie Cagliari, so that tie made Venezia still in it. If one of those teams would have won, then Venezia would have been relegated. Salernitana took the lead, and then a late goal from Cagliari tied it up. And then
now Salernitana has more chance to be saved. Huh?
I hope so. I'm rooting for them. They're fun to watch. And today you had Fiorentina beat Rome 2-0. Spinazzola came back, by the way. He played for the first time.
Fiorentina, Roma, they gave another penalty, wasn't there?
Yeah, Gonzalez got tripped. Nico Gonzalez got tripped.
Wasn't there?
Didn't he? But I saw the slow motion replay. Didn't he?
It was a weak one, but he did get tripped. They call everything now. I don't know why you're surprised. There's so many penalties.
And I say one word in favor of Juventus, not because Juventus. The VAR, they come in just when they have something against Juventus.
Well, listen.
Never they come in when they have something in favor.
Here's a thought, though. If Juventus get the ball in the box, they'll get more penalties. They don't even go in the box, so that's why they don't get any penalties goals.
Hey, you have to answer a question, Dan. You got a direct question. Who did you think was the best team? Did you answer that?
Who did I think was? I think, to be honest, I think this season has not been good. I don't think there's a dominant team.
Well,
I think if the team that had the most potential and probably should have won is, like you said, Napoli. I think they probably are the best team, but I don't trust them. So I'm not surprised they didn't win. The most consistent team was Milan. So I want them to win, and I think they deserve.
Hopefully next year we actually have some teams that actually play well.
Look at it. The first place team only has 80 points, and there's 2 weeks left. That's terrible. That's not good.
This was a bad year all around.
Yeah.
In terms of consistency.
Yeah. Don, throw up the standings. I don't know if our producer, there he is. So nothing really changed. There's a huge fight for the Europa League spots. You have Lazio, Rome, Fiorentina, Atalanta with 62, 59, 59, 59. So those.
I'm pulling hard for Fiorentina and Atalanta to knock Rome out.
Really?
I don't know. I don't hate Rome, but I'm just like, I like Fiorentina and Atalanta. I would like to.
I really don't like Lazio, so
they can't catch Lazio.
Yeah, but what they're talking about, they say for Atalanta, they think it's the cycle finish.
That's what I said about 14.
Well, even Gasparini said that
Gasperini is in doubt.
his
Told you.
position will be evaluated, kind
Oh,
of.
wait a minute.
No,
wait a
because
minute. You
Gasperini
just said it
say-
at the end of the show when I
But
said
no,
that.
but I think more on his end than the owner's end.
Well,
No, the new owner, they say do something maybe you don't like.
Well, but my point is, when I said that like 3 months ago, you were like, "No way!" When a cycle ends, it ends fast in sport. That goes both ways.
I don't. Yeah, but listen, he's going to start a new cycle somewhere. Like he's going to get a chance. It's not like he's not going to coach
Oh,
again.
I think there'll be teams
No,
that
but
fire their coach just to get
the new owner, Atalanta, they have a new project, and maybe it's the project they don't like.
Who's the new owner?
It's a guy from the Celtics, the Celtics owner. Isn't it?
So they're gonna ruin that team, basically.
I don't know. We'll see. I think it's all speculation now, but yeah, I mean, it's not.
Sartori left, right?
It's not very.
Wasn't he their president or their player guy? He left.
Yeah.
And if
They're not.
Gasparini leaves,
They're not as happy as they've been in the last few seasons. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
that would be interesting to see where he could end up. That would be Gasparini, because
Well,
he's really got one coaching job left, right? Isn't he 62? How old is he?
He's up there, but I mean, they stay a while around.
He probably wants to pick wisely wherever he goes next.
Yeah.
To try to win something, you know what I mean?
I think, yeah, he definitely
maybe
wants
England
to win.
or something. I don't know.
But the real interesting part of the table is, like you said, at the bottom, because now you have six teams fighting for the bottom three spots.
There's six points left, though.
Empoli, Sampdoria, Sampdoria, Spezia, I think they're going to stay.
Yeah, I mean, they're 4 points up right now.
It's very hard for. I mean, I guess it's possible.
It's possible.
6 points, 4 points, and 6 points.
They have to lose both games, which could we
Plus,
those teams
you
lose
see,
both
there is
games?
one game. There is one game in Cagliari, Venezia, so they have to share the things. If Cagliari win, it's okay. But if Venezia win, it doesn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, Venezia has to win out, and they need help.
Venezia has to win both the game to be safe.
But if
maybe,
I mean, and so if you're saying, is it possible for Sampdoria, Spezia, or Salernitana for one or two of those teams to lose both games? It's totally
possible. But look at the other four. They're going to put, for example, Sampdoria, Spezia, they stay, let's say, 33 with both the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Now you say
Salernitana has to make one win in 2 games.
Cagliari has to win, and Cagliari wins both.
Cagliari has to make one win and one tie.
Listen, and wins are huge for these teams. They're very hard to do. So
Cagliari play Inter and Venezia.
I think if you're just going on momentum and the teams that have been playing the best, you would have to say that Salernitana's got a chance.
Listen, Genoa's going to get a bounce from beating Juventus too, believe it or not, keeping them alive.
Yeah, but still, Genoa to have a chance has to make.
They have to win both.
4 or 5 points.
Yeah. Poot in the chat says she loves Spezia's goalie. She's a huge Provedel fan. She loves him. She's a huge fan of his. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. The bottom, I think, of the table is going to be fun. Like that, no joke. Like the Venezia game was really fun to watch. Like those games in the middle of the season, you wouldn't care about. Like these games now are fun to watch.
Yeah.
Dom, do you want to go to the schedule and our predictions? So just a heads up, I'm pulling away with this thing. You guys really need to step it up.
Oh, look how what I have. Move.
You're crushing Frank now, by the way.
I haven't gotten a point in like 12 weeks.
You got the first point in 6 weeks.
No, I'm 6 behind the Christopher.
You're right behind Chris, yeah.
And 9 behind you.
So the standings, if you guys don't know,
why didn't we pick the Fiorentina Rome game? By the way,
why didn't we? Because who cares about that game? That means
it's 2 big good teams.
Nah, man, I was more interested in Salernitana Coyote. These picks are we each pick a game each week, and we get points based off it. So
I got a Salernitana Cagliari 1-1.
You got it perfect. You got 2 points for that. You got 4 points this week. You did good. I have 66. Chris has 63. You have 57, and Frank has 51. Again,
right,
Frank.
So if I get all the games right for the next 2 weeks,
I got Inter too.
I come in third.
If you get 2 points in each, yeah. I don't even think you can beat me still.
That's possible 16 points I could get.
Let's pick.
I didn't get Napoli. That's it.
We're going to pick 4 games again, and Chris's pick is going to be the Italian Cup game. We'll pick the Inter versus Juventus as one of them. That'll be Chris's pick.
Wait, we're picking an Italian Cup game?
Yeah, I want to pick the result on that. Why wouldn't we?
Right. Yeah.
We'll pick that, and then we'll get Chris's scores, his predictions later in the week, and we'll fill
Isn't he still in the chat or no?
He's probably sleeping. I don't know.
Well,
all right.
Too bad we had Brad have to fill in for him the whole time. Him and Alf.
He talked too much, Brad.
He likes what we're saying, though. He's smiling.
So, who wants to give their prediction first on the Italian Cup game?
Juventus a 3-1.
What? They haven't scored 3 goals in like a year.
3-1. 3-1. 3-1 Juventus.
Poot says 3-0 in the chat, and Chris in the chat, he's actually still awake, says 3-1 Inter. I'm saying 2-1 Juventus wins in penalty shots.
Oh man.
Frank?
I'm thinking.
I love the dead air. It makes great podcasting.
I'm thinking. Can't you hear the brain move?
See, my whole thing with penalty shots is to tire Inter out so much that it just makes them terrible for this weekend, and they lose on Sunday.
Okay, I like that. I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to do 2-1 winning in penalty shots, Juventus.
Oh, you stole mine. He just stole it completely.
Yeah, 2-1 winning. I like that.
Okay, all right.
They lose the trophy and they get tired for Kai.
And they get tired. Yep. That's the strategy. All right, who wants to pick a game?
Well thought out, my man. I'm signing up for that one.
I know. Who do you want to pick? I'll pick first. How about? Let's go with Milan versus Atalanta. Huge game. Implications for both of them.
Oof.
I think 3-1 Milan. I don't trust Atalanta. I know they won this week, but I don't think their heart's in it really. So 3-1 Milan.
It's really interesting because
1-0 Milan.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't trust Atalanta either right now. Obviously, wouldn't it be crazy if the one game they decide to play good, they give Inter the championship?
Do you know how much that would piss me off? That team would honestly, I would not root for them at all next year.
I know. That's why I could see with the way the luck has gone this year with Juventus, Italy, I really feel like that could happen. So, sure, I will pick it. 3-2 Atalanta, giving Inter the championship.
Listen, you also need to make up points in this game, so you have to pick that. Chris picks a tie, 2-2 draw. Somebody else pick a game.
Did Daddy pick that game?
I picked that game.
No, but did he give his prediction?
Yeah, he said 1-0. 1-0 Milan, he said.
Oh, you said 1-0 Milan.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys want to pick? Do you want to pick Cagliari Inter?
I'm gonna say you could do Cagliari Inter. I'm gonna do Cagliari Inter. I'm gonna do 2-1 Cagliari.
2-2.
You guys suck, man. All right, I guess I'm gaining points on you again. 2-1 Inter.
2-2.
We'll wait for Chris's response in the chat. And somebody else pick a game. Who didn't pick one?
I'm gonna pick Juventus Lots. I'm gonna say 3-1 Lots. No. 3-2. Goals by Soleil and Moretti. Do I get extra points if I pick it correctly?
Chris is saying 3-0 Inter, by the way, over Cagliari. Juventus Lots. I mean, doesn't mean anything for Juventus. It means something for Lots. I hate Lots.
That's 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, I see a draw in this game 2-2.
1-1.
I don't think it's a interesting game at all.
I hate Lots, but I feel like I want to prove a point and how much I don't like how Juventus plays. So
but those are two teams that I don't know. I just hate both.
If Juventus wins on Wednesday, they lose to Lots 2-1.
If you gotta give me a prediction, man. What do you want?
Okay, Lots 2-1.
Okay. We will see. Again, Wednesday, if you have time, 3:00, watch the game. It'll be a fun one. And then this weekend's going to be very interesting. Wait, so if Inter win, if Milan win and Inter loses, Inter wins the championship, right?
Wait, what did you say?
If Milan wins and Inter loses,
Even if
Milan's the champions.
Yeah, but I said
Yeah.
I said Milan's gonna lose and Inter's gonna lose.
No, but I'm just saying, as far as
If
like,
Milan win, even Inter tie,
yeah,
Milan is a champion.
Milan's the champion. So
No,
Inter
because
has to win.
that would be
Yeah,
3 points difference.
to 4 points.
They have one
Plus,
now.
don't forget Milan. The same point. They have 1 point because they won the direct.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're 2 points
ahead.
up
They're
right
2
now.
points.
So
Yeah.
Inter has to win, or Milan's a champion. I mean, unless Milan loses too.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting. We might next weekend we might be singing the praises of Pioli,
Woo!
and happy with the results. Anything else to add?
This is
No.
105 an hour and 5 minutes of pure gold, people.
Totally. The Moise Kane of podcasting. Like, subscribe, follow on everything. Tweet us. Enjoy the games. Have a good night.
Good night.
Adios.
Good night.
Brad says bye.